Here we are. Here we are. All right. What's up? What's up? Here we are. And yeah, so let's talk about improvisation for beginners. I mean, beginners, or how to start, you know, when you have a backing track or a vamp or something, you need to improvise over it. And let's talk about the first steps for that, right? So that works for everyone here, I guess. So let me say hi to you guys. I was having some technical problems here, so yeah, but I have my Instagram going on as well, same time, but I will answer only the chat here on YouTube. So Ariel, Gustavo, Romuald, Steven, Sergio, Paulo. So first things first, let me know what, how do you do, you know, when you have a backing track, what do you do? So you just start playing right away. What do you do? So what would be your questions regarding how to improvise, and then how to you know, how to come up with ideas and interesting ideas and phrases and all that. So yeah, you know, right here, the feelings you have when you try to improvise, what happens, you know? Is it easy? Is it difficult? Do you suffer? Are you afraid to improvise? And things like this. So yeah, so everybody's saying hi, 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 hi. Sorin, Moonstruck, and Paulo Guerrero. So Pablo, not Paulo, Pablo. I started looking for melodies. That's great. That's a good thing. You know, take notes. Start looking for melodies. So let's get some ideas from you guys. Monsieur Amanda. Hello from France. So when I have a backing track, I don't know what to do. I was like Casas, Efren Casas. So pentatonic, pentatonica, and yeah, I go by ear. And what else? Hi from Sweden. Hi, you know, it's pretty late for you here too, right? Yeah. How to improvise on sweep picking. So improvisation, let's not talk about techniques, but of course improvisation, it doesn't matter what kind of technique you're gonna use, you know, you can use all the techniques, right? Of course. Listen to the groove and then what key it's in. Yes. Rishav. Yeah, listen to the groove and then what key it's in. So that will be the first thing to do. So Rishav is spot on, perfect. So yeah, let me see if everything's working fine. Yeah. So guys, so let me, you know, if you can just, you know, like this video, you know, and you know, leave a comment after, also in the comments area, and it's always good, you know. I always come back to read what you guys are saying, and leave your questions as well for the next lives and the next videos. So, all right, and what else? Sometimes I make guitar version of the vocal line. That's great. What else? Will you and Mustaine get married? I don't think so. Yeah, no, this is not gonna happen. And you're the best, thank you. And struggle from there to sound musical. Yeah, sound musical. All right, so I got a loop, a backing track from my album, and Song Sertão. And then let me play a specific part, and then let's see. So first chord, another chord. Okay, now it's okay. Okay, let's start the cycle again. That's different. Now it's gonna start the cycle, okay? First chord, second chord, third chord. Repeats. Same thing, right? Repeats third time. Now it's a different chord. It's a different chord. There's an ending. Another chord, and then a final chord. Then we'll start all over again, right? So the first thing would be, okay, listen what's happening. You know, listen to what is happening. So okay, there's a chord, there's another one, there's another one. Even if you don't know the chords yet, you will try to figure out the chords. So get the groove, you know, understand the idea of the backing track. So now you have to find the chords, you know. So here, E minor, G, and B. Okay, 3 times. Then the 4th time, right? Goes to A minor, and then C to end, right? The final chords. And repeats, right? So, okay, that's the first thing. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or, you know, if you play, you know, for 10 years, 20 years. First, understand the pace, the groove, the idea. Listen to the backing track. All right, so that's the vibe, and learn the chords, right? So, and then after you can think, okay, so it's a lot of chords, but basically it's on E minor, right? I would say E minor, and then there's another interesting chord here, the B major. That's a specific thing too, but the overall, the tonality of that backing track is E minor. You can feel that, you know, start, different chords, you know, goes back always to E minor. So E minor would be the home, right? It's always backing to E minor. So, all right. So knowing that, so you stop, listen, learn the chords, learn the groove, right? So let's hear the groove, the drums. Simple. Okay. There's no surprises. Beautiful drums from Bruno Valverde, and so okay. It could be like a funk or jazz or something 5. You know, like some odd numbers or like 6, 8 bars or something different. Then you have to listen and understand what's going on. So it's pretty simple. So it's okay, right? So let me see what you guys are saying. All right, so yeah, E minor, G, and B minor. It could be, you know, it's a B major. It feels like a B major, right? Because it's like a dominant to prepare the E minor. But actually, I'm not sure. Well, it might be some keyboards doing. I'm not sure. I'm playing the third on the backing track, right? But anyways, so now, so things to do. So if you're a beginner and you know, or you start improvising on top of this, you know, imagine the situations. It could be in a club, in a bar. You come and there's somebody asks you to, all right, you know, join us and come up on stage and just start playing, and then you have to improvise on top of that. That would be a difficult situation, right? So you don't have time to think, right? You can look the other guys, the chords they're playing, you can try to hear, and then you have to start playing right away. That would be a difficult situation. Or you can be at home and have all the time to do what I'm saying, you know, just figure out the chords, the groove, and start thinking about the notes, start thinking about which scale you're gonna use for that, right? So, and then what else? Another situation would be in the studio, right? So you have that, so that was my situation. You have that thing, and then you want to improvise and you want to create a solo, and that solo will be recorded and will be there forever, which is like a different level of pressure, right? So what I would suggest at first would be play the pentatonic, you know, beginners, as I said, or like first steps. So E minor pentatonic, and then and you play few notes, right? Few notes, and give a lot of space. A lot of space, I mean long notes or pauses, right? Because if you do that, there are two reasons for that, right? So, but before I tell you the reasons, let me show you. A lot of space. All right, you see? Let me see what you guys are saying here. Greetings from Russia. Do you recognize not the name? No. Shapes and recognize the name of the chords, right? All right, so. Okay. Just reading the comments. All right, so giving, you know, just long notes and giving space. Why is that? Two reasons. One is to give, you know, you need to think. And then if you start right away trying to play fast or trying to play different scales or arpeggio things or different things, and probably you will be like very anxious, right? And then we will start, probably it's going to be difficult to enjoy the music and get into it, right? Like to immerse into the backing track and then start creating ideas and being more melodic, or, you know, and build something interesting and capture the attention of the listener and things like this. So because you'll be like so anxious or nervous about, I need to perform, I need to play fast, I need to do something cool, and then you're not going to do that, you know, because you have to give time to yourself to enjoy, understand what's going on, understand the groove, understand the chord changes, the best places to, you know, to put a note or to wait. So the best way to do it is to do it something pretty slowly, right? And yeah, and then and simple, and enjoy the notes, right? And then the listener, if you're playing a club, or even if you record a solo, this will work. This will work, right? And the pentatonic would be an easy solution for that, right? So let me see what you guys are saying. Do you guys agree with that or what? Let me know. Can you talk about the Loureiro? No. I mean, this is like a Loureiro for many reasons is not a mode that we use a lot, for a few reasons. And then there's maybe another day we can talk about Loureiro, a specific live streaming about the Locrian. Pentatonic is still neutral sounding, yes. But I did the previous live streaming, I was talking about to limit yourself using only 4 notes and then try to create like a long improvisation using only 4 notes to pay attention in different aspects of your improvisation. You know, the rhythms, dynamics, the tone, and different ideas only improvising using 4 notes. So if you play the pentatonic, it's going to be fine. I mean, I wouldn't start a solo like this using the pentatonic, but I think it's easier to show you guys like this because I guess most of the guitar players know the pentatonic, right? So it's a good way to start. The next thing would be playing the root and the third, like playing the triads, you know, of the chord progression. Okay, so and then it probably will be a little bit more melodic, right? Right. Now the A minor. Wait for wait. So try it. A minor. C. So I was playing like E minor, G major, right, and B major again, right, and then goes to A minor, right, A minor, and then C, and then B. And so it's hard to play and read at the same time. So so only try it. Of course, I played some extra notes here, but anyways, so you can play only triads. But now I will play very slowly with a lot of spots in between and pauses and long notes, and then that would be a good start, right? Let's see. Right? No, long notes. That would be the best way to start, right? So you see, and then like this. So one reason is like to keep calm and start understanding what's going on, and slowly you build your solo. The other reason is you start figuring out the chord changes, and then okay, so this is E minor, so now it's the G. Okay, now is the A minor, now is the ending of the chorus, right, of the loop, and then you start understanding the progression, and then you start to feel more comfortable to improvise and to play freely on that backing track. So that's the two reasons that you have to start slowly, using pauses and listening. And also, if you're playing live with other musicians, you can, smile and interact with the other guys, playing, and then understanding, what they're doing. And then also, if you're playing a club and then you're jamming, and then it's also a good time to understand what's going on stage, the sound, the best position for you, so you can hear the drums, the bass, and yourself. So also, if you start playing right away, trying to play something flashy, and then you're not hearing yourself that well, it might be a problem, And so that's the good reasons to start slowly and playing the notes of the chords, but because they will work, right? Because they are the notes of the chord, right? So the next thing would be so the pentatonic, and you mix the pentatonic with those chord notes from the triad. Now start to be a little bit more interesting, probably, and then next thing would be playing the scale. So here you have the Aeolian mode, and then the B major. You can play the harmonic minor, right? The Phrygian, the major Phrygian, right? So now I have two scales, right? And then you have to know when this B major appears. So it can be spot on, like playing the B major there, right? So let me show you. And then it can be simple again, playing like in playing one string. And then during the B major, you need to play the D sharp. Right? So yeah, so stuff like this. Cool. So now scales slowly, and then if you know all the shapes, then you start adding the other strings and the other positions, right? So slowly, and always goes back. You can always go back to the triads or to the pentatonic and mix those three elements, and then being aware of the chord progressions. This is not beginners anymore. That's the real thing. Does it make sense? Yeah, somebody just said that, like, for beginners, now it's too much. But maybe the title will be like how to start improvisation, like how to begin, not for beginners. But anyways, it's like more like probably the headline works better like this. So, but so again, I will go back. So let's say I will play only the note of the chord, like E, G, and B. So that's that is a great exercise if you're a beginner, because you probably know how to play the chords. I mean a beginner that knows the chord, and then you play only the root of the chords, and then if you can start playing the octaves of those notes, and then start to find all the E, G, and B, and then when it goes to A, you play the A, when it goes to C, you go play the C, and then slowly you're playing a melody, you're playing notes, not chords, and then, but you're aware of the chord progression. And then you do this for 10 minutes. Just, you're not in a hurry. You have your whole life to learn how to improvise. So you're not in a hurry. So let me show you. E, right? You see, like only the notes of the chord, E, G, and B. So slowly, and then if you know the triads, the arpeggios, you start playing all the notes of the arpeggios, and you can always go to the pentatonic to make it something a little bit more, you know, interesting. I wouldn't, it's not the right word, just you know, more familiar in a way, and then to relax a little bit, because if you know the pentatonics, would be easy. If you know the pentatonic, it would be easier to improvise using the pentatonic. Let me show you. So then you use like pentatonic and the notes of the chords, and then slowly you start to add those things, and then you have the scale. Play slowly, but then you have this linear melodic lines using the scales, and you have the pentatonic, you have the name, the tonic of the chords, and you start mixing those things. Cool? And now, an easy thing to add that is chromaticism, right? Like just a chromatic scale. Well, what is a chromatic scale? It's like playing every note. So you have E, the song is in E. So, right? Or, right? So playing all those notes. So you know some notes will sound perfect because they belong to the chord, they belong to the scale, and some notes will sound dissonant, not wrong, dissonant, which is very different. There's no wrong note. The wrong note would be when you play and you have no intention to play that note. That's a wrong note. You want to play something and then suddenly you play something else that you didn't intend to play, and then it sounds, you know, out of context or weird. But if you decide to play the chromatic scale, you have the intention to sound like that, so there's no wrong note. And then you decide if you will keep the note dissonant, or if you will, you know, just go like fast as a passage, as a passing tone, we call, right? Or appoggiatura, passing tone, right? Let me show you. Right? So, yeah, just just play every note. Every note works. Let me know if you like that. Parece fácil. It looks easy. That's actually helpful. Wrong versus undesirable are two different things. Never thought of it like that. Yeah, Shen, thanks, man. Yeah, so you see, I was trying to get those dissonant feelings, or like this cascade, I don't know, whatever you feel like when you play. you know, or going up like this, you know. So I'm playing every note, like the 12 notes. So, all right. So, Dr. Kyle, I'm a fisherman, and I could barely do the guitar. All right, that was funny. Holy shit, that was fire! Amazing music, fantastic. You gotta know when to land. Yeah, so that's why I'm telling you guys to use the chromatic passing tones after you play the pentatonics and after you played the notes of the chords, because you played the notes of the chords, at least the tonics, you know, the roots of the chords, and then the tonic of the whole thing, which is E, right? The key of the backing track. So if you know where the E is, you can always play anything, like do all these chromatic passages, and then you just end on the E. So anything, if you play anything that leads to E, it's gonna work. You know, keep going up, and then end. If you end on the E note, it's gonna be fine. Okay, let me show you. So E here. Great, but you know, you got the idea. The same, it works if you go down, right? Let me see. Argentina, ¿qué tal? You guys asking me to play other songs. I don't know how to play songs, man. I know, maybe I know how to play my songs. That's a good topic and subject for another moment. You know, about learning songs, and then not playing other bands and other solos from other people, and playing your own stuff. You know, and learning from other bands and learning from other people, but not really learning note per note. I don't have the skills for that. Although in Megadeth I have to, kind of. And then I do my best to play like maybe 75%, I guess. But yeah. If I learned something from Alan Holdsworth, oh yeah, I had the chance to spend 5 days with him in a guitar camp, like 2012, I guess, 2013, 2012. It's amazing. Yeah, a lot of stuff. For another day we can talk about, but it was more like conceptual stuff, not really a lick or things like this. It was more like observing Alan Holdsworth, the way he think, because we had the chance to talk, to have dinner a few times there, and lunch together, and talk about music. And it was interesting to see his approach to music and to life in general. And that was very, really cool for me, you know. A lot of insights, and I understood a lot about his music because of those talks, those conversations. Not only from seeing him, you know, but mainly talking to him and understanding the value of being yourself when you play, and then play only what you really believe, you know. So I think he was the ultimate example of I will play what I believe. But yeah, good stuff. So finally, after you play those, you know, now you have the root of the chords, you have the pentatonic, you can play the triads, you can play the scales, and then chromatic, right? The chromatic scale. And now start mixing, and then try to be, freely getting the vibe, because you're more conscious now, about the chord progression. So that's the idea here. And to be melodic would be there's many ways to create melodies and to be to create a solo that is interesting, I guess. And that's something that I'm always searching for it. And but one thing is like repetition. Repeat the idea, and anything you play, try to repeat and try to make a motif. That would be like a very, very good message to write down this and try to apply in many different ways. But anything you play, you try to repeat, and then try to create a motif out of that, and then see what happens, and see where your brain takes that idea. Let me show you. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, because I don't care that much if it's going to be good or not, because that's not the point. The point is like, okay, very simple idea, and repeat this very simple idea. Anything. Something like that. I think I was like so another idea, let's see. Something like that. So yeah, you play anything, then see what happens, and then repeat the idea in different place. Or I did something like, I forgot now. Right? Anything. I can keep like changing those little motifs, those little licks, you could say, or ideas, and then repeat them in different places, and create a vibe out of that, and repeat. The only way to communicate something is by repetition. That's the way people understand. When you talk, you repeat a lot. You say like, no, I don't want to go. So it's like, no, I don't want to go. I don't, and So we use a lot of repetition the way we speak. And then in music, to pass an idea, you have to repeat even more. So it's easier to understand, And then, of course, different styles of music use that concept of repetition in different ways. But that's a basic thing to communicate something that you want to transmit, right? So. When you don't know what to do the chromatic. Exactly. That's a. Did I say that? No. Probably at some point. Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. So I hope this was helpful, and I'm seeing like you guys are here. Yeah. Any last question? About this, and. Vital signs and EDM, running with the bulls. Thank you. So let me see here. What else? You make it look easy. You still need to learn how to play the basics. Yeah, the thing is, because I've been playing for many, many years, and it has to look easy because I've been doing this for a long time. But don't worry, just keep playing, play the chords first, keep playing the chords, of the backing track, instead of like trying to go right away to like, oh, let me try to put that fast lick or something like that, and just play the backing track, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, get the vibe, and then single notes, a lot of space, a lot of pauses in between, and here, like you're playing with somebody else. I know the backing track you're playing with the computer, but in real life, or even if you're playing with a backing track, you have to feel that you're playing with the music, with people, and so give a space, understand, listen, because a lot of times, and I do myself that, start playing and you don't listen what's happening. So it's like you have to play and kind of get out of your body somehow, and then kind of understand what's going on and listen to the other musicians and listen to yourself, while you're playing and creating and reading the chat, which is a new thing that I have to learn how to do it, but anyway. When to spot better notes for each chord, how to be sure about the scale. I didn't understand, but I mean, you would start playing the triad. That would be super helpful, because if you play the triads of those chords, you will be almost playing all the notes of the scale already. Every time you play a triad and you play the next triad of the chord progression, right? You have already 6 notes. And the modes they have 7 notes. So basically, if you play the triad, the 7th arpeggio, and then the next triad, you're playing the modes without playing linearly the scale. But that's a conversation for another moment, because I said this is for beginners. So I don't think this concept is for beginners. But yeah, let me see what else. How long to improvise each day? The improvisation and composition, as much as you can, Technique, like focused technique, like exercises, if you really want to play, fixing the problems and correcting. I normally say in the guitarhacks.com, I ask to play for an hour. You could do more sessions, but 1 hour is pretty good, that you can keep 100% focused on the technique. But improvising, much more, you can do much more, and composing can be forever, the whole day, if you're in the mood. But you have to respect that as well, Sometimes you're not in the mood to compose for hours and hours and hours, But sometimes you can be a very a good day, and then if you feel like, just stay there playing, and composing. All right, can you talk about using chromaticism in improvisation? I was talking about this a while ago. Maybe 15 minutes. Maybe you just arrived. I can repeat a little bit if you want. Yeah, the guitar hacks is basically the concept. The guitar hacks concept is basically pay attention to the fundamental movement, because it's more towards the technique. Although you can always practice and memorize something or learn something or play a song or play something musical, you know, that sounds like music, you know, not only exercise during the while you're practicing technique, right? So first would be I like to start the fundamental movements, and there are a lot of different variations, you know, for the fundamental movements, and then you kind of, you know, have the perfect grip, and then a good sounding, get the best good sounding note, and then good sounding exercise. So you have to play very slowly, and then I would jump into the other part that would be this musical moment that you play an exercise but sounds like a piece, or it can be a part of a solo, a sequence of arpeggios, or something that you like playing, that feels good because it sounds like music, and you can have several different exercises like that. And then I have a moment that I try to push the limits of the speed. I think it's good, you know, playing fast. And then also an exercise that is more to make your brain to think fast. So one thing is like to play fast, the other one is to think fast. Because when you improvise, you need to develop the skill of thinking fast and respond fast to a situation, to a new chord, or to a phrase that you just created, and you want to do the next thing, or you want to change, or you want to, I don't know, you want to challenge the other musician that you're playing with, you know, things like this. So you have to think fast. It's not about the you know, the skills that you have, you know, how fast your fingers can move. Because if your fingers are fast and your brain is not fast, you will probably be playing up and down the scales, and that's it. But if you want to improvise fast or interestingly, you have to think fast. Cool? Yeah, Megadeth is the best when it comes to chromaticism. Yeah. Yeah, those kind of things. You see? It works all the time. Let me play some chromatic. So, for my friend that just came here, I said like, you can. There is no wrong note. It's all about the intention. So if you have intention of playing consonants and dissonant notes, is all fine. But if you try to play a note that you didn't want it, and then you might call it's a wrong note, right? Even if it's if it's a right note, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so. some passing tones, and the song is Sertão. Is a part of the. It's just the solo part of the song. Cool. All right, guys. Good stuff today. Thank you very much for all the comments and all the questions. And see you next week, hopefully. How do I find the key of the song? Oh, it depends, but in this case it's simple, because it starts playing the E chord and then play other chords and go back to E, and then na 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 E, and then it plays the B at the end, and then it restarts going back to E minor. So it's always E minor, somehow is like around the E minor. So it's easy to spot that home, all the chords, they go towards the E minor. Some other songs are not so clear like this one, but this one is really clear. It's very simple to understand that it's all. It's like the E is on the one, and then it sounds like. And if you need to choose a chord to end, it would be the E minor, because if you play like, and then you need that, right? You need the E to, okay, the end, Thank you, guys, and yeah, so it was fun. I hope. Let me know if what I said was interesting, and then if you guys prefer that I just do some live streaming with no subject, and then we just chat here and I answer questions too. It can be fun as well, and can be interesting as well. So let me know. Let me wait for you guys. To tell me if this was helpful, if this was the intention was like to give the first steps that can work for beginners as well. And then thanks a lot, and let me know if you can do some live streamings with no topic, no subject, but more like answering questions. All right, so interesting, that's good. It was amazing. Thank you, man. Okay. The root note idea, you'll like that. Yeah, it's very good. Amazing teacher, thank you. All right, guys, this was helpful. Great experience. The best. Thanks. All right, so Escuela Culturismo, gracias. Yeah, we can go deep into improvisation, of course, but this is like a good start, We can do a lot of stuff, Q&A live set soon. Okay, cool. I'll come back doing my Q&A videos that I said I would do it, and then I kind of the COVID last year and then releasing the album, the whole thing. And then in the end I didn't continue doing, but now I will do it. How to put all this information in my brain? The thing is applying, practicing. So if you get one of those things that I said, and you try to play using that, only the root, only the pentatonic, the chromatic runs that I did, anything, I will be happy, because the only thing to learn is to apply and to practice and to use just watching videos like this one and not trying to play what I'm saying, it's not going to work. You know that, right? All right, Fred, beleza? Okay, greetings from UK. Great stuff. All right. Jerome, he said, I'm the best, you're second. Yeah, man, that's for sure. I'm not even know if I'm on the second. All right. Merci beaucoup pour ces partages. Merci Blasco, Patrice. Merci beaucoup. Un jour, on va faire live streaming, tout en français. Parfait? Hein? Je ne sais pas si sera possible, parce que j'ai oublié tout mon français. Anyways. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I will be here, like, reading the comments all the time. So, it was great. And stay safe. And, yeah, and keep playing guitar. Keep practicing. Thanks a lot, and see you next week. Bye. I will stop the streaming now. Wow. And yes.